How you guys doing? Good?
Good.
Good. Great. Yeah. Fire away.
This week, how easy is it sometimes, at least from the outside, to overreact to what finally getting live reps against another team? How easy is it, and how much you have to caution against too much overreaction to what happens either Wednesday or Friday night?
Yeah, I think that's human nature, but from the very first day we met as an offense, our messaging has been let's be as process driven as possible, right? Let's not look at results, positive or negative, and let's just try to stay at the focus of are we doing the right things at each position to give ourselves a chance to be successful. So I think if our players, our coaches can stay within that framework and that mentality of, hey, let's just focus on the process. Are our guys doing the right things that will lead to success? Then hopefully we can avoid any overreactions, and we'll save all the overreactions for you guys, and we'll stay on our target inside of our building.
Do you guys have a plan for how you're going to roll out the four QBs in that preseason game?
Yeah, we're working through it, obviously, depending on who's available and whatnot. But, yeah, we have a plan in place, and we're looking forward to those guys getting the opportunities to work.
You talked a lot about the process here in the first couple of weeks of camp. At what point do the results start to match?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're focused on the process, the results start to show themselves, and you feel that in a certain progression as you go through camp, right? First 7 or 8 days, you're in an install mode where you're trying to install offense regardless of what you're really seeing defensively, and defensively you're trying to install your stuff regardless of what you're seeing on offense. And then once you kind of get past that install phase, you start focusing, all right, this is who we believe we can be, this is what fits our team, this is what fits our personnel, and then you start to build off of that. And that's when you want to see the results follow because the process has been laid.
Hey, Tommy, just looking at it, it looks like Dylan Gabriel is really struggling. So how do you assess the way that he's having this camp?
Yeah, I mean, I think all 4 of our guys have had really positive days and have had some days where they've not practiced as well as they want to. Certainly you're going to see great days from guys, and then they're going to bounce back the next day and maybe not be as polished as we'd want them to be. But we try to evaluate camp and practices and the off season in a totality, and not just trying to look at one day at a time.
Did you guys maybe dodge a little bit of a bullet with Shador Sanders, knowing that there's no soreness that's going to linger with him, and then also how have you seen him develop since the start?
Yeah, we expect Shador to be practicing, and every day he's out there, he has the opportunity to grow within the offense and get him more comfortable. So keep coaching him and keep getting him ready to be out there and participate. But progression is really important for all of our guys, especially the young ones, and really this whole rookie class is starting to progress the way that we need them to.
Tommy Pickett the other day expressed concern that even 3 days off for him sets him back. And what do you think about that? Can he make up that lost time?
Yeah, we know Kenny. He had a good first 4 practices there and had a good off season. So we know Kenny. We know his strengths. He's chomping at the bit to be out there. And, like we talked about, hey, better now than, button up into the front end of the season. So we just got to get him healthy, and he's very into it mentally right now. He's doing a great job with the rest of the guys in the room, and he's starting to progress, throwing the ball and doing some things. So we're excited to get him back when he's healthy.
With the run game, Quinchon's not here. What do you think about the extra work for Jerome and Dylan, especially the team reps?
Yeah, they're maximizing their opportunities, right? We get a chance to evaluate those guys with extended amount of carries and what schemes fit them the best and how we balance those and how we continue to get them to grow in the others. But both guys are competing at a high level and doing a nice job for us.
As far as schemes go, are you finding yourself leaning more towards gap schemes this year for one game?
We want to have a good balance. We want to be as diverse in the run game to keep a defense off base as we can. And Coach Bloomgren's done a great job with those, not just the line, but the personnel and figuring out what fits our runners. And, the whole staff has put together a plan where we can present a lot of different challenges to a defense to keep them off balance. But we know the direction we're going, and we feel pretty confident in that.
This is your first real exposure up close to Flacco.
Yeah.
Here when he's here. He's older than you.
He is.
Surprised by anything you see out there?
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, you guys have all seen like Freddie Couples swing a golf club. It's kind of like when he throws a football, it kind of looks like that, right? It's just he was given an incredible grip to throw the football, and fortunate to have him around.
Tommy, how can you, as the offensive coordinator, design plays or do whatever it would mean to neutralize that, or say that Dylan Gabriel being so short? How do you, as an offensive coordinator, compensate for that?
Yeah, you do things. There's small tweaks you can do to help any quarterback, right? Some guys feel more comfortable under center. Some guys feel more comfortable in the gun. Some guys are comfortable with scheme. So put Dylan aside. No matter who the quarterback is, there's going to be things that you can tweak that are easy changes to put them in the most comfortable position that they can go out and operate with.
Do you feel like Kenny, especially if he can work his way back into a couple of team drills, even if he's just in the pocket
Right.
over this next week, do you feel like he still has a legitimate chance to stay firmly in the mix? Do you have enough time to get him back?
Yeah, we're excited to get Kenny back and healthy and get him competing. You know, there's no set timetable, and when Kenny's healthy and out there, we're excited to get him back.
Shador does a lot of throwing before and after practice because his reps have been minimal with the sore arm. He said he's had a history of it anyway. Can you guys scale that back? Is that necessary?
Yeah, that's up to, that's not my expertise when it comes to the medical side of the arm. There's been conversations about routine and what gets us warm and what gets us ready, and I feel pretty confident in the plan in place to make sure that we can be readily available in practice.
Hey, Tommy, I know there's such a emphasis, it felt like, that a recommitment to the run game. Does that change at all when, the number 36 pick isn't here and we don't know when he'll be back, and assuming he was going to be, a main cog in that run game?
Yeah, the run game takes 11 guys, right? So to just say, hey, one guy's not here, got to scrap that, that's not our mentality at all, right? I mean, to truly be a great running team, you need the wideouts, you need the quarterbacks, you need everybody to be bought into it. So we feel confident in our ability right now of how we're running it and who we're putting out there.
I mean, if all 4 quarterbacks are healthy, do you expect them all to play that first preseason game?
I'll leave that up to Coach to answer those questions about the rotation and where we're going in the preseason games.
You guys have Jerry Hughes kind of leading the way in the wide receiver room. What do you need to see from the rest of those guys to kind of shape up what you want to do in that house?
Yeah, consistently, they talk all the time, get open, catch the ball, and compete in the run game. And that's their mantra, and that's what they're doing. You guys were out here Saturday. I thought Sed had his best practice of camp, made a couple really nice contested catches, and he's doing so many things for us in a totality standpoint of helping our offense. So it was great to see him get going a little bit, and we feel really good about the pieces there and being able to move guys to certain spots to maximize what they do, but just keep going on the trajectory they're at, and we'll find ways to build them advantageous looks to get open. I'm sorry.
What do you think of the camp that number 84 never been to?
Yeah, Gage has done a really nice job, right? He's shown up, he's competed. From the day he stepped foot with us in the off season, he's known what to do, known how to do it, and when you put in that work, good results usually follow.
I know there's one practice where Kevin said the D-line was living in the backfield.
Yes.
But overall, how do you think your line, I know it's more than just a line, but the line's done
Yeah.
in the run, the runs, inside run sessions, the run sessions?
Yeah, Coach Bloom's done a great job with those guys. Those guys are completely bought in. It's funny, and once you put on pads, it's crazy how much easier it is to block, right? So we just got to continue to focus on the fundamentals, and work. Like, it is so important that those guys get as many reps together as possible, right? Like the communication, the nuance of passing things off, it takes a lot of time and repetition, and so that's where our focus is. And look, they love when we're able to move the ball and balance the run and the pass and not be in a 3rd and long situation. So those guys are completely bought in. Really pleased with the progression there, and again, Bloom's done a great job with that. So is Coach Wilkerson and Sanders, who works with them as well. So all 3 of them have that group going in the right direction.
How do you think Devon specifically has handled this move with working on the left side and like along the lines of blocking,
Yeah.
dealing with Miles?
Yeah.
When you see him get frustrated, that
Who doesn't, right? Yeah, no. No, and we put Dewan in challenging situations by design, right? We give him help when we think we need to, but look, he's continuing to progress. He's worked really hard to get him to a place where we feel like he can be out there for a sustained amount of time, and he's progressing well, and he's bought in right now, and we have him working in the right direction. Again, Miles wasn't exactly out there the whole day Saturday, but Dewan really had a strong practice, and every rep he does take, and every time he faces that success, it's really a positive step for us as an offense. And again, pleased with Dewan right now. Just want to keep him in the right place and keep moving forward and buying into the technique.
What have you thought of Bannon's game so far?
I can't hear you. Say that one more time.
Bannon, Harold?
Yeah, no, Harold's he's moved around all over the place for us, catches everything. You saw it on his college film how much he competes in the run game and has value there. So, as far as a rookie goes, he's really done everything we've asked, and we've put a lot on his plate, and excited about where he is in his progression right now.
Have you seen Deontay Johnson make strides as we've gone deeper into camp?
Yeah, I think for Tay it was, hey, get back. We gotta get back into playing shape, get back in the playbook, and every day he's been here, the comfort level seems to grow, and his relationship with the quarterbacks and the players seem to grow. And look, when you rep as many guys as you do, sometimes you lose the timing that you build the rapport of. So all those reps, all those throws are valuable for us right now, and Tay's certainly done a nice job.
You talked about
Just a couple more.
developing that rapport and how important is it to, in the next week or so, kind of whittle that rotation down at quarterback so that these guys like Jerry and Deontay can start developing a rapport with whoever might be the.
Yeah, that'll continue to progress as camp goes on, and we'll have plenty of throws and reps over the next 4 weeks to make sure that we're ready to go come early September.
You coached Njoku and the tight ends very nice.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, are you playing for this camp this year? It just
Yeah.
seems like there's a lot of drops.
Yeah, I think he's had one drop so far, and Dave's done a nice job of getting back and being ready to go, and really bought in right now. Really love where his mentality is, and he's doing so many positive things for our offense right now, and we need him as a leader and as a proven player to continue on that stride.
Is he even bigger than he was last year? I mean, he almost looks like he's bulked up a little bit with help in the blocking game, or maybe I'm.
Yeah, I think maybe not. Yeah.